And after nearly 3 months of protests in Iran, as many as 50 children may have died during the Iranian government's crackdown on protesters, sparking calls to kick Iran out of the United Nations. Now, Iranian security forces executed a man, his body left hanging from a construction crane in public as a brutal warning to others. Young Iranians, most of them women, risking their lives, frankly, demanding freedom from a draconian regime. And here with us now, Jamil Jaffer, founder and executive director of the National Security Institute. It's good to see you in person. Thank you for being here.
Great to be here, Natasha.
We are tracking this really interesting case. An Iranian soccer player who just played in the World Cup. He just received the death sentence. What are you tracking about his case right now?
Well, Amir Nasser Azadani, again, yet one of 28 people in Iran now convicted and sentenced to death. In Iran, 2 death penalties already carried out very rapidly after these people were convicted. So what's clearly happening here is you see the regime cracking down, going after protesters, going after people who've spoken out in support of these women who are protesting for their rights in Iran for the last 3 months.
I know it's something that we were tracking and we were concerned about. Is it safe for these soccer players to return home? And I suppose certainly we have our answer. Is this having a chilling effect on the unrest and the protests that we're seeing? Or is this only emboldening and adding fuel to the fire, seeing these people, these public figures standing up and saying, I will risk my life for this?
Well, look, certainly it's hard to answer whether this will tamp down the protests, but what we've seen thus far, at least, is the brutality of the Iranian regime has caused the Iranian people to rise up, has caused women and men to take to the streets there. We now have seen an Iranian, a famous movie producer who's just been herself pulled off the streets, arrested after speaking on Instagram. Her photos talk about women, life, freedom, that famous phrase that's now taken hold. She's been put in jail after 1 million viewers viewed her account on Instagram. Her Instagram account has been pulled down as well.
Absolutely. You're speaking of, we're looking at her right now, this renowned actress, her Instagram post expressing solidarity with the protester who was executed. I mean, it seems like the situation is devolving rapidly. How fast is Iran carrying out these executions? Should we be concerned, or is this just for show?
Well, what's so concerning about it is that these trials, the accusations are brought, the trials are happening, and the executions are happening within days. This is happening very rapidly. It's obviously deeply troubling because even if the international community wanted to intervene, wanted to say something about it, there's very little time to do anything. And that's what's most troubling. It's clearly an effort by the Iranian regime to exercise fear over its own people.
Absolutely. What would Iran getting ejected from the UN mean for that nation?
Well, it would be dramatic. Now, the UN isn't yet considering that. They've kicked them off the Commission of Women, right, which is, of course, why would Iran be on that commission in the first place? There's talk about taking them off the Human Rights Commission. Those are places where Iran never should have been in the first place. But Iran being kicked out of the UN, if that actually happened, would be a groundswell, demonstrate a groundswell of support amongst the community nations, which clearly the protesters have, but we haven't taken enough action to support them.
I've heard you say that before, and certainly, we're talking about weeks upon weeks of unrest, what the Biden administration should have been doing this entire time. Now that it has escalated to what can be described as sham trials, right, and escalating into executions, what does the administration need to do at this point?
Well, look, it strikes me, Natasha, that what we need to do is now directly support the protesters. We need to give them more information, give them more capability, provide assistance to resistance movements in Iran. It's something that has happened over time in the past. Look, the U.S.'s record on this effort is not perfect, right? That being said, these are protesters who deserve our support more than just words. We now are seeing people being killed, not just on the streets, but now after sham trials. It's now time for the U.S. to take more stiff action and call it out for what it is, which is that we want the Iranian regime to change as their own people do.
What do we risk when we do interfere when it comes to unrest in other governments and other countries?
Well, at times when we've gotten involved in these ways, the results haven't been perfect for the United States, right? At times we've propped up regimes that have problems, that are corrupt and the like, and that oftentimes causes reactions by those nations. In this case, however, what we have is an obviously corrupt regime, a regime that's been brutal to its own people, a regime that's been brutal to the nations in the region, that's gone after our allies, attacked other countries without provocation, and has supported terrorist groups for decades. It's now time for that regime, as the Iranian people want, to end, and the U.S. should do everything in its power to support those protesters and their demands for freedom in Iran.
Okay, Jamil Jaffer, always appreciate your insight and time. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Natasha.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.